The treasures and legacy of the pharaohs continue to captivate the world long after their passing. The surprising discoveries made by archaeologists evidence this. Welcome back to our channel, where we delve into the fascinating world of ancient archaeological findings. Today, we will discuss the recent discovery of a tomb containing mummies that date back to 50 million years ago. This raises questions about their secrets and the potential for further discoveries. But before we begin, here's a question for you to answer in the comment section. What was the cemetery in Tumba El Gabel used for during the late period? Let's get into the video. During the late period, the necropolis in Tumba El Gabel was primarily used as an animal cemetery, with mummies of ibises, baboons, and various types of birds, representing Thoth. These mummies were typically buried in underground galleries, likely due to the nearby animal preserves, breeding grounds, and Thoth worship. The use of the cemetery increased during the Ptolemaic period, when the first large tombs were built by two brothers who were also Thoth priests. One of the tombs was located near a Thoth temple and contained reliefs and smooth surfaces, while later tombs were constructed using smaller stones with intentionally rough surfaces. Mud brick tombs were also introduced during the Roman period, and while some early graves were T-shaped, most were rectangular, indicating a wealthier person's burial. In addition to traditional tombs, there were also tombs made of stone or mud brick pillars, some of which were too narrow to accommodate a human body. Many of these tombs had urn areas or niches, though some may have buried bodies beneath them. Early tombs were expensive and showed wealth, but later tombs were more cost-effective. For example, during the Roman period, tombs made of less costly materials and with multiple stories were introduced to accommodate numerous people. Stone tombs were also used as mass graves in some cases, and recycling stone tombs was famous for placing mummies inside pre-existing tombs or building second stories. Ptahzaras's famous tomb had several secondary burials. While most people buried there during the Roman period were Egyptian, the main burial style was Greek and became increasingly Greek. Mummification remained popular throughout history, with mummies first hidden in underground galleries in early burials and later placed on display. In 2019, the discovery of several burial chambers at the Tuna El Gabel archaeological site in Mania Governorate was announced by Minister of Antiquities Khalid Anani at a press conference held at the site. The cemeteries contained 40 mummies, 10 of which belonged to children, and the remaining 30 to both men and women. According to experts, the cemeteries belonged to upper-middle-class ancient Egyptians. People of various ages were buried within the 3 burial rooms with 5 wells, 3 of which were used for burial. The mummies were well preserved and wrapped in layers of cardboard alongside various crockery. The cemeteries date from the Ptolemaic period, and Mustafa Waziri, Secretary General of the Supreme Council of Antiquities, stated that burial practices differed between the two cemeteries. Some mummies were discovered inside brick tombs, others were found inside wooden tombs, and the remains were located on the burial well's ground. No names were found written in hieroglyphics, but the mummification method indicated that the people whose remains were found held important or prestigious positions. Some mummies were wrapped in linen, while others were placed in stone, wooden coffins, or caskets. Some of the mummies had demotic handwriting, a type of ancient Egyptian script used by ordinary people, which suggests a diverse range of people were buried in the cemeteries. An archaeologist wearing a red cap uses a brush to remove dirt from a mummy. The mummies discovered are believed to have been from a middle-class family. The mummies and pottery, papyri, and brightly decorated mummy cases were also found. The Tunica Bell archaeological site has made 3 amazing discoveries in 3 consecutive years, surprising the world. These discoveries were made during the site's second excavation season in November last year. Tuna Gebel was once the cemetery of Egypt's 15th nome during the late New Kingdom and the start of the New Intermediate period. The archaeologists at the time were surprised by the discovery of a cemetery dating back to the late period containing 17 non-royal mummies buried inside, which led to the excavation of the rest of the cemetery. During the excavation process, The team found several Roman funerary houses carved in clay and a collection of coins, lamps, and other domestic items. The Egyptian ministry believes the site still has many undiscovered secrets and crypts they hope to uncover. In addition, a Ptolemaic tomb was found in Egypt, where paintings depicting life in ancient Egypt from that era were unearthed. The tomb, built for a man named Tutu and his wife, was discovered in a location known as Sohag, south of Cairo. The tomb features a central lobby, a burial room with 2 stone coffins, and a lobby divided into 2 sections. The colorful tomb contains several images of Tutu giving and receiving gifts before gods and goddesses. There are also images of Tutu's wife, Tasheret Aziz, inside 2 mummies, one of a woman aged 35 to 50 and the other of a boy aged 12 to 14. Furthermore, more Ptolemaic-era tombs were discovered in Egypt. According to Aram Online, 3 Ptolemaic-era rock-cut graves have been found across Summit Lut in Upper Egypt. These tombs contain a variety of sarcophagi of various shapes and sizes, as well as clay fragments dating back to the 27th dynasty and the Greco-Roman era. This suggests that the area was a large cemetery for a long time, with approximately 20 tombs built in the period's catacomb style uncovered in previous excavations. Lastly, dozens of mummified mice were discovered in an ancient Egyptian tomb. The tomb, dating back over 2,000 years, was found in Akhmim and is thought to have belonged to a senior official. The discovery of human mummies and over 50 mummified cats, mice, and falcons from the Ptolemaic era was also made inside the tomb. What do you think of these tombs and hidden mummies? Let us know in the comments below. The answer to the earlier question is that Tuna El Gables necropolis was mostly an animal cemetery during the late period. Remember to subscribe for more such contents.